Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 12 of our federal Spring of 62 campaign in version 1.12. Well, first things first, we do have a new viewer unit to add in here. And that is the Eastern Kentucky Bootleggers, which are now forming up. I didn't have any Kentucky troops already available in the army, so I did have to form a new brigade. So they are going to take them about 28 days to get trained up, and then we'll figure out which corps they will be going to. Probably be 3rd, but I'm not too sure yet. Right, moving on from there, we do have quite a few things to add into the historical record, so and some of them might just take a little bit. So just as a reminder, everybody's videos are always chaptered, and you can jump ahead, skip around, go view whatever you like on these videos. And every time I think my phone's on silent. So yeah, like I was saying, once again, these videos are chaptered, so you can jump around to wherever you'd like. As I said, these are going to take a few minutes for this episode, so here we go. From the diary of Lieutenant William Rhodes Hawk, Lake Erie Rifles. Dated March 28th of 1862. Seems like 5th Corps whipped those traitors up in Austin. Massive victory for them. But I do hope a grand gigantic battle like that will come to our corps. But seeing as those rebels are a bunch of cowards, they'll probably keep withdrawing. I do hope President Lincoln, with this string of victories, will abolish the wretched system that is slavery. A letter from Private W. Minton, Company C, 4th Tennessee Volunteer Infantry, Lincoln's Nolichucky Legion. Dated May 29th of 1862. Dearest Martha, pray this letter finds you in good health. I fear greatly for you and the others we left back home in Jonesboro. We've been assigned to 3rd Division, 3rd Corps to 2nd Army, tasked with defending the nation's capital. The boys are giddy to get a glance at honest Abe. They've given command of our brigade to a Scotchman. He's run us ragged with bayonet drill, firing drill, and near every other drill man has devised for the torment of the infantry soldier. But it beats ducking rebel patrols and skulking through the hills by a lick. We've yet to catch a glimpse of that elephant, but the 3rd Corps is battle tested. And word is the Rebs came at Frederick not too long ago, and DC would be well within their grasp if our boys were to falter. If they come again, it's not unlikely we may find ourselves in a fray. You know surely that I do not pray for death, and I dream of books rather than the laurel wreath. But if dying must be done, then a man can die for no greater cause than the death of slavery, and no man can die half as well as a Tennessean. Diary entry from Lieutenant Eli McKay, Company B, 79th New York Highlanders. Met Johnny Reb at the river crossing. They tried charging us across a railroad bridge. They weren't expecting us to be ready with cold steel. With a hoot and a holler, we hiked up our kilts and gave those Rebs a good kicking. Paid our own toll, but it was nothing compared to what the Rebs paid. Here are units being put in for an accommodation for our valorous charge. From the diary of Lieutenant Franklin Malone, 2nd Regiment, Company B, 50th Iowa River Boys. 9 of April, 1862. This morning, as I walked past a few privates from the Bloody Sabres who called us yellow bellies for cutting and running, if it wasn't for Colonel Sheridan shaking his head in disapproval, I'd have knocked them on their arses. As ordered, we had been combing over the battlefield for the day, finding the wounded and the dead. It wasn't until midday when we came across Captain Zimmerman, missing both his legs. He must have been hit by a cannonball as we were starting to run. The loss of our captain and the other lieutenant, Sergeant Victor, and myself are in command of Company B until we get some replacements. 17 April, 1862. For the past week, I've been running around like those chickens with their heads lopped off back on the farm. Leave me no time to write. I've been doing not only my duties, but duties of Captain Zimmerman. Today, as I was reporting in, there was talk of consolidating the companies or regiments, but who knows if that's going to happen. 1st of May, 1862. Well, our new colonel arrived today along with replacements for those we lost in the Battle of Austin. But most of us are calling it the Battle of General Wool's Blunder. Sergeant Victor and I wondered what kind of men would be replacing Colonel Elliott and Captain Zimmerman. All of us officers in the brigade were all called to the command tent. Colonel Ricketts introduced himself along with telling us the replacements for our regiment will be ordered to report in tomorrow morning. As I was getting ready to leave, I was ordered by Colonel Ricketts to stay. All I could think is, well, Company B is going to be folded into another company. It was a surprise when he put his hand to shake mine, saying that I did a fine job keeping my company going after the losses we took, and congratulations. I was being promoted to the rank of captain and will be taking command of Company B. I'm still in shock, more than anything, but not as shocked as Sergeant Victor when he was promoted to second lieutenant, which I'd say he deserves for all he's done. 2nd of May, 1862. When the replacements walked over to our Company B tents asking who was in command, I walked up to them. When I actually had any questions, the men chose a man named Robert Lane to talk for the group, and he asked why we weren't Rhode Island boys. I had to tell them they were in the Iowa Brigade, they needed fresh bodies, and they were it. All I can do is try to get them to work with what's left of us Iowa boys. Well, since I need a new NCO, I gave Lane a field promotion to sergeant. 25th of May, 1862. I can't believe I wish I was still a lieutenant, because today was the 17th time a fight broke out between those who were here from the start and the replacements. We've been told there seems to be a rebel army marching against us at Austin. When I broke up this fight, I'd have shot the leaders who started it, but I didn't need every last one of them for a fight that was coming. 26th May, 1862. We met the rebels just north of Austin, using a small river to make them have to cross on the fire. That old feeling that makes me still think General Grumpa has it out for us was all but confirmed in the day's fighting. We got our orders around 8 in the morning. 3rd Infantry Division would be held in reserve. It was about 9:15 when we'd hear cannons off in the distance. For the new boys, they were jumping each sound of the cannon, made us veterans of a few battles now. Someone laughed at them. It felt like it was hours, which was about 30 minutes after we heard the first cannon shot before we got orders to march to the front in support of the 1st Infantry Division, who were holding the Rebs at the river crossing. Our orders would fall in line behind the 79th New York Highlanders, who held the heights overlooking the railroad bridge, sending up men to plug any holes they could form in their ranks. From our position, we could see down to the crossing and that the Rebs were stacking up on the other side, but only sending one brigade across at a time. Some of the boys wished we were sent to support down there to at least show Joan Grandpa what we could do. About an hour after we set up behind the Highlanders, a lone Rebel brigade began to charge them. Colonel Ricketts began riding up and down the line, yelling to get ready to get in support of 79th. I could see at least one, maybe two more brigades crossing the railroad bridge. Witnessed the Highlanders charge into the rebels, started the run as General Grandpa came round to see how the fight was faring. It was then they yelled to take up the 79th's position and hold unlike last time. As it started to march forward, we seen the Highlanders charge into 3 rebel brigades forming on our side of the river. The rebels running back across the bridge, most without rifles, as 79th Highlanders marched past us, most whistling and cheering. It wasn't long before we had our taste of a rebel charge of a lone brigade. The cannonballs hitting the bridge and the house sitting in front of us, I was surprised that both of them were still standing. It hadn't been 10 minutes after, thinking how the house was still standing, a cannonball crashed into it, and it fell, knocking up some dust, making it hard to see. About 2 in the afternoon, with us running low on ammo, we were ordered to fall back and let the first regulars take our position. It wasn't until we started to fall back that I noticed the river had turned from a mud brown color to a reddish brown, color of my dear wife's hair. I'd say with most of the company being made up of green boys, which I shouldn't call them now that we did a good job holding. Fighting ending, I'm feeling a little sorry for those Johnny Rebs after their generals threw them at us, one brigade at a time. A letter from an unknown Texian. Dearest Audrey, our boys marched by on the way to face the Yankee army. Their numbers were strong and their will determined. We'll get that Grandpa and make him sorry he ever set foot in Texas, they boasted as they went by. It didn't take long for the sound of battle to ring out from beyond the horizon. The musket fire was nearly constant and the cannon shook me to my bones. I grinned as the battle raged, knowing that our farm would soon be safe from the Yankee incursion. To my utter shock, brigades of our boys, all bloodied and broken, ran back from where they started, one after the other. I figured that if this is how our boys looked, the Yankees must be even worse off. Sounds of battle suddenly ceased. Masses of our boys fled the field. I saw General Hill carried off in a wagon. Heard he was shot, yet still alive. I had to see the battlefield for myself, which I regret deeply. The water was red, so full of the fallen that you could walk over them to Coddington without wetting your feet. I got caught up by a Yankee picket. They told me that they would have chased after our boys if they didn't burn up their shots holding them back. Said they're going to push on to Dallas once they get a new shipment of munitions. Please, gather your things and get ready to move to Shreveport as soon as I arrive. There's nothing between our farm and the Yankee army. The smell is becoming quite terrible. I'm not sure if it will ever go away. We should have heeded Houston's warnings about leaving the Union. We brought a terrible affliction unto ourselves. Your loving husband. P.S. Told that Colonel Alexander is responsible for this disaster. May he hang and rot in hell. P.S.S. Tell your sister that Dallas isn't safe. She should travel with us. Once again, I am loving all these stories that you guys keep writing up for this campaign. I mean, they are amazing, a lot of them. And they add a lot to this campaign going forward. All right, so it's now June 2nd. So it is time to go over the June monthlies. All right, financial-wise, we were still at triple B. Or actually, triple B plus. We were triple B 2 days ago. Our debt increased by $50 million. We did cut 2 more bonds. Our liabilities now amount to $639 million. Current economy cycle is recovery. Both of our populations below average and increasing. Once again, should be better next month as the farms should be harvesting and sending out the foods. Our tax revenues decreased by $23 million. That's not good. We did construct. It's still building. We are constructing a fort down here at Houston. Total export volume of the last month was $985 million. Now with $926 coming in. Average crop production was 3 months was $358 million. A change of negative $8.7 million. So that's still not too bad. Keeping it within the 10 million mark is pretty good. Once again, as I said, we're lacking all the same things. There's no point in trying to change that. Just fool's errand. I'm on the financial screen. Still spending $434 million more than we are bringing in. That is not good. But it's our army upkeep that is eating a good chunk of it. $121 million from buildings. What buildings? I haven't really constructed anything that should be eating up that funding. Then again, we've captured a lot of buildings down here in Texas. That's probably what it is also. Army upkeep, we do have to drive that back down. We got our supply depots under 100 million now. They're down to 93 million, so that's improved a bit. So it's just getting the army upkeep down now. All right, intelligence-wise. So the rebels are now working on Print Notes 1. They have subsidized agriculture. They haven't improved their relations with Great Britain and France, I'm sorry to say. I wish they would improve that. That would be helpful for them. They've estimated to recruit 14,000 men into 8 brigades and started 3 new ships. They got to stop building ships. They're not even using them. Morale of the Confederate Army is currently at 74%, change of negative 3% recently, especially after that defeat here in Austin. Go to the strategy tab. National morale, we're at 98 to their 77. National support, we're at 75 to their 85. Once again, because we are holding Southern territory, our support is going to be lower because it also accounts for the territory we hold. Men fielded, we have 194,817 in the field to their 174,225. Navy tonnage, this is like I said last time, I mean, they're at 150,000 tons. They way outstrip us now in naval tonnage, but they're actually not using it. I only have 1 fleet in the water, and they are not even engaging it. So I am actively now looking for their fleets just to knock that number down. Battles won, we're at 24 to their 3. Once again, the 3 that they have won are just 3 forts that they captured. Total casualties so far, we're at 54,643 to their 129,373. So we are dropping bodies left and right. Policies. We do have to pick a new policy, as we have not opened Chapter 3 yet. It is only 1862, so we're now going to start working on, I want to print notes. So work on Industrialization 3 now. And projects, let's see what we got available to us. Farm mechanization, I will take that. Railroad construction or occupation administration. Go another level of railroad construction, as I do want to build the railroad down here in Texas to help with our supply situation, as we're going to be stuck here over the winter. Military stuff, what do we got? Nothing that we particularly need. Take another level of weapons production, get those sharps out faster. I want training manuals. What I want is another level of logistics reform, but that gets more expensive every time. That's going to take another $6 million to fund that. We're at 3.7, so maybe next month or the month after we'll have the money for that. Yeah, I'll save up the training manual money. Could use another level of training manuals, but not particularly. And there's nothing else here that we need off the military stuff. All right. A quick recap here. Really nothing much has happened. So, 5th Corps is now recovering after the Second Battle of Austin. 5th Corps, not 1st Army. So it should only be about 10 days before we're ready to go again. Then we'll start marching up to go take on Dallas. 6th Corps is no longer advancing. They have now reached the Texas border, and we're not allowed to advance past it until 1863. So they will be sitting here for the time being. Maybe the Army of the Southwest will actually come down and fight them. I don't know. Kind of hope they do. The rebels up here in the Maryland-Virginia line have stayed kind of quiet. They've taken several beatdowns already from 4th Corps and 3rd Corps. And I'm actually now going to order 2nd Corps to replace 1st Corps at Springfield. And send 1st Corps to Cincinnati. I want 2nd Corps to secure Missouri starting in 1863. Once we leave Texas, we can take on the Indian Territories, Arkansas, Louisiana. And there's 2 rebel armies up here. There's not much in them, but they'll probably strengthen them up once I start moving 2nd Corps around in the region. So, but that's got to wait until 63, but moving them there now is just getting them ready to do it. All right, I think that covers everything for right now, so I'll be back with the next incident. All right, it's now June 16th, and we have met up with John Magruder in command of the Army of the Southwest. Okay, this was the army that was in front of 6th Corps. It looks like they retreated up towards Opelousas, Shreveport, and come back down around through Dallas. So they're going up against our 5th Corps under General Wolf. So 5th Corps is getting some work in. I'm probably going to have to shift the 6th Corps up their direction to support them. There's a lot of troops in the area. These other rebel armies are not fighting us, so it's just this corps for right now. I'm hoping we don't get too bloodied, though it's basically an even on fight. We just have a cavalry advantage. We get thrown down into the orange. We're going to be stuck here building a supply depot before we get to Dallas. That's not a good thing. But we definitely have to take this fight. So I will see you all on the other side of the load screen. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Waco. So once again, we are on the Coddington map, and we are attacking. Now, the defense point is up here along Little Calf Trail, and I do not want to cross the river here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be ordering my force up at this crossing here along this farm track. And then we're going to come down the road along the Bison Hollow and then down Little Calf Trail to attack that point. I was a rebel commander. I'd be setting up down here. So I'm going to get my cavalry up here as quickly as possible, followed by 3rd Division, 2nd Division, 1st Division, then the artillery. So it's 4 o'clock in the morning, so we have a full day for this fight. Hopefully it won't take too long. I'd like to get at least 2 battles in this episode, hopefully. Move this campaign along, though it is going quickly. So get the troops in motion, and I'll come back in once we have a sighting on the rebels. All right, it's now 10:50 in the morning, day one of the battle, and I've had a sighting on the rebels for a while. I've just been waiting for my troops to move into position, mostly just waiting for my batteries to come up because they do have a gun advantage on us. Those guys are now arriving. It's time to say hello with the parrots. Hopefully everybody be in some nice range. They got a lot of artillery in this force. They got over 80 guns to our 60-something. So I do want to remove those before I send the infantry forward. So my plan for right now is to send 3rd Division forward against this flank, followed by 2nd Division on the right-hand side of the road, engaging this flank. 1st Division coming up in support. And once we have locked down this core over here, I have the cavalry across Little Creek right now. We'll start swinging them out and around to come in on the rear of the rebels back here. And I may have them dismount and engage at distance as I think it's 2 of the brigades now have sharps. And 1 brigade has sharps, 2 have Maynards. We're still waiting for more sharps. So we do have the range now to engage with the cavalry at a better distance. That last battery get in position. You guys actually have the range to get in there? Barely. I'm going to have to push up those guns. Howitzers just do not have good range. I'll wait for them to get in position. 3rd Division. Start pushing forward. 2nd Division. You have to move up these 10-pounders. Yep. All right. Come on over here, please. And the engineers reached level 3 on this battle, so they're going to be much more effective for us going forward. Everybody else has advance orders. Let's go kick this up to ×5 while everybody moves up. And I was able to add more Sharps rifles to this army, so now the Derby Hellfighters are armed with Sharps rifles. So the 1st Brigade of the 3 divisions, this corps, all have Sharps rifles. The next set of Sharps rifles will be going out to 6th Corps and all of their 1st Brigades. Looks like it'll be a little bit still before my lines close in, so I'll be back. Alright, looks like the rebels are not waiting for us to come at them. They have started pushing forward already. Come and meet us. Give orders to the cavalry, start moving out on the flank here. Oh, I told you guys to shoot at that artillery, damn it. It's going to be hazardous to us as we approach. Oh, I pushed that battery way too far forward. Ooh. Almost in a bad spot there, but they're ignoring it, thankfully. Got a window to throw the next to it. Thought I gave you boys orders to advance over to here. I gotta throw the first right into the attack. Highlanders get no, don't want to do that. Advance straight in. Yep, looks like they see my cavalry. Oh, that is some heavy firing. Better give you orders to straighten out the line, damn it. Ooh, we are breaking them already. Their morale is not high. Get in front of those guns before they charge them. Get caught, dismount, get loose order. Ooh, 43 losses on the Liberty Bells. Oh, infantry, get in front of them, please. Did these guys mount back up? No. Alright. Get in there and close the distance. Need you boys firing. That's it. Force them back, boys. Force them back. Damn retreating units, round them off. Battle's almost over. Once my cavalry got in the rear, that was basically it. You know what? Blue Jackets, let's get you boys mounted back up. Go, got your perk, cold steel. Look at that battery. I gave orders for the first to advance. Why have you not advanced? That was a little bloodier than I would have liked, but it was an open field conflict, so that's going to happen. There you go. Keep going, Bethlehem Steel. Break the rest of them. Vikings, turn around. There they go. Alright, Sheridan, get your men mounted. Cape Cod. Finish these brigades off. Ooh, 50th Iowa's taking a few 380 casualties. I think it's the bloodiest they've gotten. Not the bloodiest, but it's up there. Man, Cape Cod's getting ready to break again. I gotta take a look at their commander. This brigade reformed. Break or don't break. Come on. Did the Cape Cod just surrendered? What the hell? What the hell just happened there? And a bloody saber's getting ready to break. What in God's green earth just happened there? Now let's just speed this along. What the hell happened there? That should have... Every battle we've been in, Cape Cod has been getting ready to break. Even after all the victories, and they just surrendered. After we won, they surrendered to a retreating unit. We won the battle and they surrendered. I'm just trying not to break out in a stream of curses right now. All right. So we took down 6,000 of their 27,000 infantry. Got all 90 of their guns. Total loss of 7,000 or 28,000 men. We lost 2,136 of our 27,255 infantry. 2,155 of our 6,711 cavalry. Lost 3 of our guns. Total loss of 4,356 of our 34,919 men. Let's save this real fast and take a look at the paperwork. All right, outside of King being wounded, and he should also be disgraced. I think he was the only officer that we did lose. Get anybody from the rebels. Wounded Ledbetter. And that was it. All right. Take a look at combat reports. Engineers did not fight. 1st Cavalry Division. Cape Cod Cavalry. Did 411 infantry, captured 88. Total of 499. Bethlehem Steel did 30 to infantry, captured 182, 156 to artillery, captured 25, total 393. Bloody Sabres did 724 to infantry, captured 13, total 737. Division total 1,629. 3rd Infantry Division, Derby Hellfighters did 764 to infantry, 19 to artillery, for total 786. 50th Iowa River Boys did 514 to infantry, 18 artillery, for total 532. Viking Brigade did 547 to infantry, 55 to artillery, for total 616. Division total 1,934. 2nd Division, Ohio Blue Jackets did 411 to infantry. 1st U.S. Regulars did 376 to infantry, 18 artillery, for total 394. Bloody First did 516 to infantry, 62 to artillery, for total 578. Division total 1,383. 1st Division, Janzika Legion did 388 to infantry, plus up to 393 calls on command staff. Highlanders did 333 to infantry, 26 to artillery, for total 363. My grunts did 31 to... Wow, my guys didn't even fight. Oh, yeah, because they were the reserve brigade. And the Liberty Bells did 333 to infantry, 56 to artillery patrol, 389. So it looks like the Derby Hellfighters have got the grumpy seal of approval for this battle with the highest casualties caused. And 1st Artillery Division, Higgs Volunteers did 60 to infantry, 17 to artillery patrol, 77. The Sodbusters did 60 to infantry, 70 to artillery patrol, 138. 1st Maine Battery did 57 to infantry, 5 to cav, 73 to artillery patrol, 135. And 1st Illinois Artillery did 86 to infantry, 2 to cav, 20 artillery patrol, 109. Division total 459. All right, we'll get closed out of here, and I will see you all at the newspaper screen. Victory at Waco. Should have been a major victory, but Cape Cod took that away from us. Battle of Waco has ended with the Army's south and west retreating in panic. The Army's reported suffered total casualties of 6,758 men. There are 1,088 killed, 2,198 captured. Our casualties total 4,356 men with 391 killed, 2,218 missing, and the rest are wounded. We've captured 3,599 rifles and 53 guns from the field, and sent 2,125 soldiers have been paroled. And Colonel King did lose face. It looks like Lieutenant Colonel Lee from the Rebels lost face in that one. All right, now let's see if they still exist. All right, there's 250 men left in this brigade. I'm contemplating whether they are going to remain in the Army or not. Every battle they have fought in, they have broken, have had low morale, even though state support's at 92. And a majority of them just surrendered to a unit they were chasing down. You know what? They get one more chance. They get one more. Cavalry officer in mass? I don't think so. No cavalry officers whatsoever. What the? Maybe you guys a volunteer. Artillery engineer. All right. Captain Tower, the command is yours because they're only about a company's. We got about 2 companies in this brigade anyway. Feel bad for doing it to you, Tower. All right, it's time to send these boys home. We've gone 120 days. I still think I should be disbanding that unit and striking them from the record. I won't do it. One more shot. I'm going to keep this episode rolling along, see if we can't make it into Dallas. I'll be back. All right, it's now June 24th, and the rebels are once again trying for D.C. The Army of Virginia, now under command of Braxton Bragg, is bringing Jackson's Corps and Ruggles Corps of his army against our 2nd Army, and they'll initially be facing our 3rd Corps. 4th Corps arriving in about 36 hours, so we shouldn't need them, hopefully. They are going to outnumber us off the bat. 37,339 infantry, 3,300 cavalry, and 12 guns. We're going to have 29,850 men on the field, 1 cavalry brigade, so 54 guns. We do have the artillery advantage right off the bat. The infantry advantage, I'm not too worried about. Well, again, this is a battle we got to fight, so I will see you all on the other side of the load screen. Welcome, my grunts, to, I'm not sure which battle Washington, D.C. this is. Hold on. The 8th Battle of Washington, D.C. Frederick and D.C. are in the running to be the new Winchesters on this campaign. So as you can see, I got my defenses set up already, as we have the same 3 defensive points as last time, and the rebels are coming on the same 2 entry points as last time. So they're coming in from here on the Pierce Mill Road and here on the Milkhouse Ford Road. So I do have my defenses set up already. I have the 9th Infantry Division down here at this crossing point with Churchill's Iron, South Indiana Screaming Eagles, and the Great Death, supported by a battery of 10-pounders. Down here along this farm track, I do have the rest of the army spread out. 2nd Connecticut Battery, the Death Hussars, Wincoop's Brigade, the Iron Brigade, Negley's Brigade, 2 Generics, and Lincoln's Nolichucky Legion on the far right. And the engineers are down here to build some breastworks for them. So I'm hoping they send 1 corps this way and 1 corps this way. We can fight them separately as is. They cross here, we can hold off that 1 corps. They send both corps up here, we might have an issue. So they have both their corps on the field off the bat. And our 4th Corps is 32 hours away. Now, it is midnight, so we're starting this off as a night battle that it probably won't be getting here till about dawn, maybe. So we do have some time. So I'll see you all once we have a sighting on the rebels. All right, so 0:40 in the morning, and we do have sighting on the rebels. So we have 1 corps up here and another corps down south here. This corps is marching along here towards Argyle Mill and up the Blagden Mill Road. This corps, I did have skirmishers overwatching this ford here, but it looks like they are sending everybody that way. So I have dispatched the Great Death and the South Indiana Screaming Eagles to cover this ford with the battery of artillery, while I'm sending skirmishers back to cover this ford with Churchill's Iron. It's along a little bit here. Boys, get in position, please. Fire an arc. Battery. Let's go, boys. Takes a while for him to get orders. The division commander's all the way back here, so. Slow this down a second. How our defensive work's looking. You gotta love level 3 engineers. They build stuff fast. I feel like I should shift another battery down this way, but I don't know where I'd position them, really. have anything to worry about from here, so we'll start shifting the Churchill's iron up this way also. And leave some skirmishers. There's out. They have some out. What did I recall? South Indiana's. Alright. Use the skirmishers there should be alright, unless they shift the entire force that way. It's like South Indiana Screaming Eagles gets the first blood for this battle. Already shown a minor victory. What does their morale look like? They're at 56 to our 64, so that can shift either way still. The hell are you guys doing? Stop and start firing, please. Boys, me either want to start stopping and shooting or get across that fort as quick as possible. They're already at 350 casualties. And their army commanders there, so hopefully we catch them in the crossfire and kill their morale off the bat. Oh, so we got rebel cavalry to our front. Over at the main line. Right now, this is the main show, though. That's just the cavalry brigades. I'm not worried about it. Brigade's getting ready to break. I wonder why Negley's or Wincoop's brigade is so low on men. They should be sucking up drafts, but they don't appear to be. Goes Armistead. I think this corps is going to have issues like they did in the last battle. They are not coming across here unless I run out of ammunition. Somebody got across the fire back. Won't be there too long, though. And one brigade at a time. It's going to be ugly for them. Guess the boys are coming up next. How did we lose our firing arc all of a sudden? And I don't see the Army commander anymore. No, the morale's not low enough. We didn't take him down. They're down to 52. 3.5 from routes, 0.7 from losses. Maybe we got him. I don't see him anymore. I see a Corps commander, but the Army commander was over here, and I just don't see him now. D's brigade. Yeah, I don't have to worry about this flank at all. Got no siding with these guns. There's not enough open plains unless I defend all the way back here. Come on, Churchill's Iron, move up. Get in on the fun. This brigade's hanging in there like Chads, over 700 casualties, and they're still standing there. All right, we've got going here. Looks like they're spreading out to assault the line. There goes Gist. You gonna send anybody else across, or are we just gonna sit over there? we got their morale down to 47. I don't understand why they launched this attack. I mean, yeah, they have this corps outnumbered, but they don't have the numbers necessary for an assault. You have to worry about them coming all the way out on my flank. We'll see. Want that battery? Anybody else? I think we might. Did we get their army commander? No, he's not wounded. Not shown as wounded. I lost sight of him, though. He was over here. Skirmishers watching there. Screaming Eagles, give me some skirmishers. I'm going to harass this battery. Was that a detachment coming forward? That's a detachment. We'll just have the skirmishers forward to do some harassment down here. Scott, you need to get behind the line. Yep, there he is. Trying to rally his men, I guess. Or join the rest of the army. It looks like it's going to be quiet for a few minutes here while this corps gets in position to attack us, so I'll be back. Alright, it's now 2:45 in the morning. It looks like they're finally pushing in for this assault here. Brigades in double line. They're attacking here first, and they're still not sending anything forward here. They can lock down my entire line if they wanted to, but they're not doing that. I forgot to turn off initiative. There we go. Moving on, 3rd Brigade and 2nd Brigade, which means I should be able to move the Nolichucky Legion onto their flank once they commit, because they got nobody further left of these boys. Oh, they charging right in? Nope, okay. And here comes the cavalry. Green was a little weird. Oh crap, do I need to form square? No, okay. Got that to form square. I'm going to need to pull this battery back a little bit. And that's hussars. You have sharps, so you'll be fine. Oh, they're pushing back across again down here. Coordinated attack, really. Yeah, they're not going to make it across over here. Sounds nice and loud over here, though. Sounds like it's a good thing I started pulling back the battery. In canister range, just about. Go. Yeah, you guys have to take on my cavalry. Go for it. You guys aren't in loose order? You can see those boys in the cornstalks. Just fire into them. Let's push your boys up to here and get some canister on that flank. Alright, Nolichucky, advance on the flank. You guys can stop building those breastworks. You only get that 1 point left. I know I just gave you orders to advance. Let's go. Engineers, get out on their flank, please. It looks like they're starting to withdraw. Already got my 5,500 casualties. What got going on here? These guys are still trying to cross. Send D's brigade back in. They're trying to send Gist again also. They're just pushing across this time. They just trying to march through us? I think they are. Alright, great death. Not about to break. I was about to charge them, but don't need to. It's like they're on a suicide march. This is insane. Alright, great death. Just charge them out, please. Design, replace the Ford. There we go. Goes back in long range. Here's advance against Archer's Brigade. Cavalry advance up. And D's brigade just surrendered to us with about 2,000 men. Nice. Brings them up to 9,500 casualties for this battle. Alright, Death Hussars, get back into formation, and we'll mount you boys up. Get ahead of that fence first. Come on, boys, move. I want to get some charges in here. Let's go. Oh, just crossed over to major victory. Just gotta wait for the retreat to take effect. There they go. Alright, we'll just speed this along now. Not too bad. Good job, 9th. Alright. Took down 9,500 of their 39,000 infantry, 1,100 or 3,400 cavalry. Got 20 of their 25 guns. Total loss of 10,500 of their 43,000 men. We lost 1,800 of our 53,000 infantry, 71 of our 7,200 cavalry, 0 of our guns. Total loss of 1,878 of our 61,695 men. Let's save this real fast. Take a look at the combat reports. Third Corps, 4th Cavalry Division, Death Hussars did 355 to infantry. 1st Iowa Engineers did 220 to infantry. 10th Infantry Division, 2nd Brigade did 903 to infantry, plus up to 904. 3rd Brigade did 734 to infantry. Lincoln's Nolichucky Legion did 650 to infantry, division total 2,288. 11th Division, oh, that was 11th, I need 10th. Wincoop's Brigade did 414 to infantry, 96 to cavalry, for total 510. Negley's Brigade did 379 to infantry. The Iron Brigade did 426 to infantry, 319 to cavalry, for total 745. Division total 1,634. 9th Division, attachments did nothing. Churchill's Iron did 599 to infantry, captured 10. 201 to cavalry, 9 to artillery, for total of 820. The Great Death did 694 to infantry, captured 72. 215 to cavalry, 10 to artillery, for total 1,004. Looks like the South Indiana Screaming Eagles have gotten the Grumpy Seal of approval for this battle with 963 to infantry, 42 to cavalry, 35 to artillery, for total 1,046. Division total 2,870. And the Artillery Division, outside the 1st Indiana Battery, nothing really to speak of. Oh, 5th U.S. did good too. So 3rd Battery did 16 infantry, 5 to cav, 5 to artillery, for total 26. 5th U.S. Battery did 67 infantry, 43 to cav, 3 to artillery, for total 117. 2nd Colorado Battery did 70 to infantry, 19 to cav, 4 to artillery, for total 93. 1st Indiana Battery did 124 to infantry, 63 to cav, 11 to artillery, for total 199. Division total 435. Let's see if we got any of their officers. Somehow Bragg survived all that firing. I don't know how. He was out in the middle of that shooting for a while. He survived all of that. All right, we wounded Hood. He was commander of the Peninsula Cavalry. That was it. And we captured D's. So we wounded one and captured another. These last two battles, very low officer casualty rates in the rebels. It's kind of a good thing. Otherwise, you take too many out. I'll get closed out here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Glorious victory at the 8th Battle of Washington, D.C. The Enemies reportedly suffered total casualties of 10,736 men. There were 1,247 killed, 4,784 captured. Our casualties totaled 1,878 men, with 248 killed, 269 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 6,000 rifles, 8 guns from the field, and paroled 4,383 enemy soldiers. And on top of being captured, they're pinning the blame on Colonel Deese. Feel bad for the man. Then again, Bragg was always a man to pass the buck around. We'll get this battle rolled off, and I'm going to go see if that viewer unit's ready to go yet. Oh, looks like Army of Ohio is heading for Frederick. This way, then. I want to replace Negley's brigade because they're under strength. It doesn't even look like they're taking in drafts. Yep, they're still 6 days away from being ready. Okay. It looks like we do have another fight coming up, so we'll end this episode here. So once again, if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please think about that subscribe button. If you do, remember to hit that bell icon so the next video comes out. If you like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. I only ask that you be a subscriber to this channel if you do request a unit. I got no way of checking it. It is on an honor system. And once again, as always, comments. Please keep them coming, especially these letters and diary entries. They are a lot of fun for me to read. I hope you all are enjoying them as much as I am. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.